One question that's come up a lot in working with buyers and sellers of Southern Oregon is Grants Pass, Oregon a good place to live? I've answered this question hundreds of times individually, so I thought, why don't I create a video to provide a reliable, unbiased answer for those of you who are considering moving to the area. So, is Grants Pass, Oregon a good place to live? Let's dive in. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Brian Simmons here with eXp Realty in Southern Oregon, and I'm going to give you the lowdown on Grants Pass. But before I do, if you could just click that like button, hit the subscribe icon, and share this video with anybody you know looking to buy or sell real estate in Southern Oregon, I'd really appreciate that. At the end of this video, I'll provide an update on the current housing market conditions of Jackson and Josephine counties here in Southern Oregon. So stay tuned for that because things are moving very, very fast. Now let's talk about Grants Pass, or as our local Southern Oregonians here call it, GP. To provide full disclosure, I don't live in Grants Pass, and I am not biased one way or the other to try to convince you that Grants Pass is amazing or terrible. If I had to provide the most concise answer possible to the question of, is Grants Pass, Oregon a good place to live? That answer would be yes, for the right person. And that's because there's going to be people who absolutely love Grants Pass, like Joe Dirt when he arrived in Silvertown, or whatever it was called. And if you haven't seen that movie, you need to. And there are going to be types of people who think that it's a podunk, uncultured, uneducated, unfun, unsafe, understaffed, underdeveloped, bad. And that's because people are different. So if you're the type of person who likes to spend your Fridays and Saturday nights going out to a very fancy restaurant and watching a play, GP might not be the place for you. You can do those things, but you're going to probably run out of fancy restaurants and plays in about a week or two. You might want to look into Ashland, Oregon, if that's what you're after. They have plenty of those things, really nice restaurants, lots of plays and all sorts of fun stuff if that's what you're into. On the other hand, if you're an outdoorsman or outdoors woman and you like to spend your Fridays and Saturday nights barbecuing with your friends down by the river, throwing some horseshoes, having some beers, you are going to absolutely love Grants Pass. There's so many things to do outside, it's absolutely insane. You want to go to the river? There's 3 of them within about a half hour's drive. You have the Rogue River, which runs right through the middle of town. You have the Applegate River, which goes all through the Applegate Valley, which has phenomenal vineyards and all sorts of fun hiking and great things going on out there, and good fishing too. And you have the Illinois River, which is absolutely beautiful, full of incredible swimming holes, great beaches, all sorts of really, really fun stuff to do out there too. These rivers all have beaches, swimming holes, fishing, and on and on and on. If you'd rather have a guide take you down through that type of stuff, there's guided fishing trips, guided rafting trips. There's the world famous Hellgate jet boat excursion. There's even a raft that you can go on that they'll pour you beers on the raft so that you can have somebody else rowing while you're just sitting there drinking beers, soaking in the scenery. It's really an awesome experience. There's countless hiking trails as well, including a 40-mile journey through the wild and scenic section of the Rogue River. I could go on, but I think you get the point. There is an absolute ton to do outdoors in Grants Pass, and thankfully, there's a ton of opportunity to do that type of stuff because Grants Pass is well known for its fantastic weather. In fact, the city motto is, it's the climate. So you're going to have plenty of opportunity to go out and enjoy all those amazing things and more, like the vineyards and like golfing and on and on and on. What else makes Grants Pass a good place to live? The homes are generally more affordable than other parts of Southern Oregon. The property taxes are generally more affordable than other parts of Southern Oregon. It has everything you need, like shopping and medical facilities, schools, churches, restaurants, a lot of really, really good ones, not a lot of super fancy ones, but a lot of good places to eat. And it's a great location overall. So if you want to go and have another weekend somewhere else, in a couple hours, you could hop over to the Oregon coast. You could hop over and be in Bend on the other side of the Cascades. You could drive up I-5 and be in Eugene or Portland in a half a day, So it's a very good launching point for a lot of simple weekend getaways. Here's some fun facts for you. Grants Pass was established in 1865. The population is about 40,000 people in the city right now. Grants Pass hosts an annual Boatnik Festival, which is a blast. It's got a parade, a car show, boat races that are going up and down the river, carnival for the kids, all sorts of fun stuff going on there. So that happens Memorial Day weekend every year, so make sure you check that one out. Last but definitely not least is Grants Pass is home to Dutch Bros Coffee, where it was founded, created, all that good stuff. And so there is no shortage of Dutch Bros Coffee around here. So if you're ever looking for a good cup of coffee, you can find one on almost any corner. So I hope this helps answer your question of, is Grants Pass, Oregon a good place to live? I personally think it's awesome, and I really enjoy spending time at Grants Pass, but I know people who don't. It may not be for them. But I think that's okay, and that's normal for any city that actually has its own identity. And that's one of my favorite things about Grants Pass, is it has a charm about it. It's small enough to where you could bump into your friend or a neighbor at the grocery store, but it's big enough to where you have all the things that you need, all the amenities and the conveniences of a bigger town. You have all those things. So it's really one of those few cities that's just in that sweet spot of small enough to have that homey charm and big enough to provide all the conveniences and amenities that you need. It's a good spot, and if you're interested in taking a look around the area to see if it might be a good fit for you, reach out, give me a call, shoot me a text. My number is 541-954-7758. That's my direct number, and I'd be more than happy to show you around. Now, before we wrap this up, I want to update you on what's going on in the local housing market between Jackson and Josephine counties today. It's March 22nd, and this morning there's 816 active single-family residential listings between both Jackson and Josephine counties. 98 new listings hit the market in the last week, 64 price changes, 23 came back on the market, 87 went pending in the last week, 76 closed, and 35 were either expired, withdrawn, or canceled. And that all brings us to about 10 weeks worth of inventory, and that's not a lot. Those are great numbers for the closed and the new pending transactions. We're still well below where we were last year this time, where we were closing about 110 a week and we were seeing around 130 a week go pending. But that's normal across the board, okay? Everywhere is seeing a slowdown in the amount of activity versus last year, okay? So that doesn't surprise me at all. But those numbers still show a very strong demand from buyers despite the high rates and the uncertainty in the market and economy overall. I'll keep you updated on how this all develops, so please make sure you hit that subscribe icon so you don't miss out on the next video. If you like this video, here's another couple I think you might want to check out. Don't forget to click that like button, hit the subscribe icon, and share this video with anybody you know looking to buy or sell real estate in Southern Oregon, and I'll see you next time.